right, I'm going to start a little early. Well, before the countdown ends here, because we do have breaking news. Apparently, Queen Elizabeth II has died at age 96 in Buckingham Palace. Or the palace has announced, excuse me. Earlier this morning, there was the highest trending thing on Twitter was the Queen. Apparently, her family was her family was rushing to her side at Buckingham Palace, and they just announced about 12 minutes ago. The BBC News tweeted out that she has in fact passed. So, yeah. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth. Talk about someone who has been... Well, we'll get to it in a minute. I guess that's what we're going to talk about after the intro. Johnny, play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. All right, stop the music. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P. Dog Night on the internet. And welcome back to the P. Dog Night channel. It is Thursday, the 8th of September, 2022, 1 week from my departure for Europe, which will have a different face in one of the seats of power. Granted, it is why is my headphones backwards? Hang on a second. I knew something felt weird. Because for the last 70 years, there's been one head of state in Great Britain, in the Great Britain, and that would be Queen Elizabeth II. Since 1952, she has been the Queen of England, not the head of state, the diplomatic leader of Great Britain. If not, obviously not. The government is different from the state. A very long time in that position. I think the longest there's been a monarch. The monarch's lasted in Great Britain. Here's some pictures of here. 70 years. She's outlasted 15 prime ministers. And oh my gosh, there's obviously, I'm not a great fan of the monarchy or anything like that. There's people out there who want to get rid of the monarchy. When Queen Elizabeth II dies, the corrupt and racist system of monarch in the UK should die with her. Agree? Yes or no? I'm guessing most people who follow that person probably said yes. Fascinating. So anyway, that's the official word. Queen Elizabeth has died. There's not a story there with it yet. This morning, there's been obviously here, let's see. I'm going to go back to trending now because let's see if they've updated it. Nope, Twitter has not updated it yet. Queen Elizabeth II is under medical supervision, Buckingham Palace says. So actually, I guess I'm beating Twitter to the punch. Now it's the top story. They haven't a story there. In fact, some of these other outlets haven't been updated yet. Oh, it's possible that's a hoax? Is it possible? Is that actually BBC News? This is not an actual. Okay, never mind. Good God, these people are terrible. I thought that was a BBC, but this is someone named Abdul F. Football. Okay, that's a lie. That's a lie. Okay, never mind. God damn, I got taken. All right, here we go. Let's see. Here's the AP story. That's why no one else is picking it up, because it's a hoax, which is unnecessary, some unnecessary bullshit. Anyway, here it is. Queen Elizabeth II under medical care amid health fears. I'm a little embarrassed now. Anyway, Elizabeth II has been placed under medical supervision because doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health, Buckingham Palace said Thursday as members of the royal family traveled to Scotland to be at the bedside of the 96-year-old monarch. The announcement by the palace came a day after the Queen canceled a virtual meeting of her Privy Council when doctors advised her to rest following a full day of events on Tuesday when she formally asked Liz Truss to become Britain's Prime Minister. Following further evaluations this morning, the Queen's doctors are concerned for Her Majesty's health and have recommended she remain under medical supervision, a palace spokesman said. Speaking on condition of anonymity in line with customary policy, the Queen remains comfortable at Balmoral. Yeah, because she's not in the Buckingham Palace right now. She's in Scotland right now. The palace declined to provide further details about the Queen's condition, but there were other worry signs as Truss was interrupted on the floor of the House of Commons to note her condition, and family members canceled a long-planned engagement to travel to the Highlands. Prince Charles, the heir to the throne, along with his wife Camilla, her sister Princess Anne, were with the Queen at Balmoral Castle, her summer residence in Scotland. Prince William, Charles' eldest son, was also en route to Balmoral, as was his brother Prince Harry, his wife Meghan, Prince Andrew, and the Earl of Countess of Wessex. So look, the entire family's rushing to Scotland to be by her side. So, God damn, that was I'm really upset about the hoax part of it, but I am fascinated that the entire family is on their way. The gathering of the House of Windsor comes just 3 months after the people across Britain paused over a long holiday weekend to celebrate the Queen's 70 years on the throne, while the crowds of cheering, flag-waving fans filled the streets around Buckingham Palace throughout 4 days of festivities. The Queen herself only made 2 brief appearances on the palace balcony to wave to her subjects. Elizabeth has increasingly handed over duties to Charles and other members of the royal family in recent months as she recovered from a bout of COVID-19, began using a cane, and struggled to get around. The whole country will be deeply concerned by the news from Buckingham Palace this lunchtime, Truss said on Twitter. My thoughts and the thoughts of the people around the United Kingdom are with Her Majesty the Queen and her family at this time. So there's more in the AP story, but she has not passed yet. Contrary to this BS clip here. Now, I didn't realize that was, all I saw was BBC breaking news. I didn't look at the name of the Twitter handle. And now people are starting to react that it's not real. Hoax. Here, BNO hoax claiming that Queen Elizabeth has died are being shared on Twitter. This is false. No announcements have been made. So FTG to Abdul FTBL, and made me look like an idiot. So anyway, welcome to today's show. It's the 900th episode. I came here to celebrate my 900th episode, not necessarily talk about sad news. Thanks everybody who's dropped in so far, and also people who have tweeted out the show, which is awesome. Somnambule Nation, Man Squatch, Rotten Corpse, Simon Wolfwood, and if you be so kind, as usual, please hit the like button during the show, tweet out the show, and you can sponsor the show at pdognight.live. I've always wondered. I'm going to check out something because I've never done this. This is a show that I don't really have I want to kind of take your lead, and if you want to talk to, oh, it is Thursday, so FTG Thursday, so perfect. FTG to Abdul. Let's see. I want to try something. P-Dog Night dot live. I've never checked out, like, if you go to pdognight.live. Now I know you can watch the show there, and I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Let me check this out, because it is my Streamlabs page, right? And the chat functions on this page, and I'll mute it here as soon as I turn it. There we go. All right, so here's me on pdognight.live, right? Oh wait, yeah, there we go. So as I watch my own show here, I noticed I can also chat here. Look, I'm going to click down here in the chat and just say hi. Okay. And let's see, that worked. Okay. But what you can also do at pdognight.live, if you're doing donations, I think you can do them here. And if you do them here and you got this on, okay, now you can, and there's a couple things you can do. By the way, if you do want to use Streamlabs on a regular basis, it is not a bad idea to just set up an account there, because like I know one of the nice things about YouTube Super Chats, for example, is that you can't. Yeah, this is P-Dog Night Inception. One of the nice things is that when you do chats there, there's no limit on your message. You get 255 characters no matter what. Unlike YouTube Super Chats, if you do a $2 chat, I think you only get like 50 characters, and then it goes up a little bit with each. The more you add. Nice thing about using Streamlabs is that, no matter how much you donate, you can do small donations, you can do lots of, prioritized chats, and I'll read them on the show, right? But I think if you do them from this page, I'm just going to do an experiment. Maybe. Oh, it doesn't let me because this is my page. But anyway. But if you want to pop in a message there, like I said, it doesn't limit the number of characters you use. And you can watch the show, and then the chat just pops up over here on the side. So you still can participate in the chat. You can watch the show, and you can do super chats from one page without having kind of like, because that's the nice thing about YouTube super chats is, it's so convenient. You just click the button. You don't have to leave the page. You don't have to do anything. Well, I think it opened up a new window for you. You don't lose the show on Streamlabs too. So anyway, I always, you can watch on YouTube, or you can watch it on pdognight.live. And if you don't like to give Susan 30% of the donation, then you can do that. It's less. There's a little fee. It's basically if you do PayPal, it's a little bit more. If you do just a credit card, but if you set up your account, you don't have to keep typing in the new stuff again. So anyway, FTGs are free for the 900th. Yes, FTGs are free. So anyway, let me say good morning, everybody. And if you have suggestions you want to talk about, I have a couple things open, and we'll go through some Twitter trends, but I just want to chat with you today. I don't want to I don't want to get too deep into it unless you have a topic you want to talk about. So you can suggest things in the chat. But let's say good morning, everybody, first. First in the chat today was our friend, who often the first and deserving of the bell, is Avocados Diabli, of course. And where'd the bell go? There we go. Also, good morning, Simon Wolfwood. Good morning, Nomad. Trippy Liberty's in the house. What's happening? Trippy, I got to get you on the show sometime. I know I don't, those late night spaces, I'm usually on my way to work when I notice you guys are doing those late night spaces. But anyway, good morning, Rotten Corpse, Septus Wolf, Somnambul Nation, Mike Savage, Blarg. Good morning also to Selecta Boy.
Yeah, boy.
And who else is here? Jim Beam, what's up, man? Squatch. So for those of you who don't know what that means, I'm scrolling on my thing here. It's okay. It's all of you. Oh, Jimmy Das Hotep's in the house. Good morning, sir. Kay Schultz here. Jethro Hetero, and I think that's everybody. Okay. Did I even say? Hang on a second. Let Hang on a second. Tyrannus Alexandrius Invictus Soul is in the house. Okay. All right. There you go. So anyway, and DI Freedom Watch, what's happening? All right, so it's the 900th episode. Queen Elizabeth on medical watch. The entire family is making their way to Scotland, where she is staying right now. Look, the fact that the entire family is headed to Scotland right now, particularly, was it William and not William? Is it who's Meghan? Meghan and Harry are on their way. This is more ominous than what they're saying, I think. The way they're announcing that the entire family is on their way, this is not just a simple, oh, she's not feeling well, she might have COVID. She's under medical supervision, and they're concerned for her health. The entire family is flocking to her side in Scotland. This is not this doesn't feel like just she has a cold and she's going to be in bed for a few days. And that's not me. I'm speculating, but it's also kind of from experience. When the entire family's on their way, there's something really serious. So we'll see. I hope, I'd love to see her make to 100. I'd like to see everyone make to 100. She's 96 right now. She's been the queen for 70 years. My gosh. Royal family gathers in Balmoral amid concerns with the queen's health. Here's one of those 70 years, 70 years, one queen, 15 prime minister posts. She became queen at age 26. There are signs the family has gathered is never a good one. It would appear that Queen Elizabeth is in the last moments of completing her earthly journey. Prayers for the family, prayers for a nation. That's it's. I gotta be careful when I scroll through Twitter because you never know. Good morning, Green Badger Outdoors. Anyway, I mean, she already offed an ex-princess. Oh, damn. Damn. Oh, my gosh. Avocados Dabbly. I'm going to start calling you AD. It's fat. It's easier. They're heading there because to not do so is to invite erasure. She may just start offing people now that her end is imminent. Well, I don't know. It's also interesting to me. Is maybe someone who knows better than I. Didn't Prince Charles say that he is not? He's gonna. What's it called? Abdicate? Whatever. He's not going to be the king. He said he won't do it. He's going to allow them to skip him or something like that. I don't know. With all the heirs in the one spot, will there be a King Ralph situation? Oh my God. Abdicate, did I say that right? Yeah. Wow. A King Ralph situation. I gotta wonder, am I a possible heir to the throne? Yeah, it wouldn't be. That wouldn't be as funny though, because I could play the role. Let's see if there's any new latest news coming up. Yeah, still under medical care. Nothing there. It's in several languages on Twitter. A lot of people using the same picture and story. Anyway, sponsored by Burger King. Oh, goodness. All right, so let's see. What else is going on? Let's see. Go to the Explore tab here. Oh, apparently, what did Geraldo? Oh, My Son Hunter's trending. Oh, my God. Here we go. So there's a movie out called My Son Hunter. Breitbart Films apparently has has made a film called My Son Hunter, and the Hunter Biden movie. And I don't know. I know Gina Carano's in it. I don't know who else. Remember. You know who Robert Davey is? He's kind of that. He's one of those character actors that a lot of people don't know his name, but he's been in tons of movies. Usually as kind of a bad guy or badass guy. He kind of has a pock face, really, really distinct face. Anyway, it's Rudy Giuliani tweets, Robert Davies' movie about the crime family occupying the White House and destroying America is, and, well, he meant to say an, ingenious combination of fact, fiction, satire, tragedy, comedy, and drama. The acting is uniformly brilliant. So, and if you want, I think you can, let's see, mysonhunter.com here is where you can, if you want to see, apparently the trailer. Should we watch the trailer? I wonder if I can get in trouble for watching the trailer. I'm not going to take a chance, but it's starring directors Robert Davey, cast Lawrence Fox, John James, Gina Carano, Emma Gojinic. So anyway, so that's a list of actors that will never work in Hollywood again because you know how they are. Well, Gina Carano is kind of on her way, but Gina Carano, excuse me. Gina, I watched the movie she did for Daily Wire. What the hell is it called? Something Terror on the Prairie. It was a decent movie. It was pretty good storytelling and kind of suspenseful, but very artistic. And normally a movie like that might actually get some critical acclaim, but the subject matter will absolutely kill it. Or no, the fact that Daily Wire made it will give it no chances. But My Son Hunter was a better movie than Lightyear in every possible way. Okay, that's I don't know if that's saying a whole lot. New movie on Hunter Biden exposes everything. This trailer for My Son Hunter is absolute fire. I'm not going to show the trailer. So anyway, if you're interested, it's now here's something interesting, and I think perhaps I don't remember the other guy from the Daily Wire. There's two guys, Ben Shapiro and his partner, that run the Daily Wire. I think they're making some good decisions as far as culture goes, because right now the left pretty much owns the entertainment industry, and that's where a lot of our culture is seen, or the culture that they want you to see comes from, and a lot of opinions are shaped. And if you are what's a good word? If you're offended, I'll just say offended. It may not be the best word to use, but if you're offended by Hollywood culture and Hollywood's, just indoctrination of the nation, right? Well, where else do you go for entertainment? Well, there's not a whole lot of choices. I mean, certainly there are probably some networks that do some wholesome shit, like Hallmark Network or stuff like that. But even they do, even those movies are so sappy, first of all. But there's still a little bit of indoctrination there. But what I think that Ben Shapiro does right, or I know Steven Crowder talks about this. I know there's other pundits who talk about this. If you want to shape or do something about the culture, can you just complain about it? Or do you do something about it? Do you create your own culture? And the more that I see independent movies by creative people who have certain values that are not Hollywood values, the more you see that, I think, especially if they put out quality product, I think you'll see. I think it's not going to be a huge swing, but I think you'll see those types of projects do really well in the market. And the better they do, they're never going to get the critical acclaim, no matter how good they are. They're not going to get the critical acclaim because the people who reward themselves are all those people who think anyone who's right of Che Guevara is a right-wing nut job. But who cares about the awards. Care about the success of your film. So when, for example, Matt Walsh's What is a Woman movie did phenomenal numbers online and didn't really care what the left-wing media or left-wing Hollywood thought about it. They went and made their movie, made a very good documentary. It was entertaining. There was funny parts. There were parts where you just scratch your head and go, holy fuck, these people are nuts. But they did it outside of that normal realm. And they're doing quite well. Now, I don't know how well Terror on the Prairie did as a movie. Lady Boomer and I watched it. We enjoyed it. Was it a great movie? No, but there was some art. There was definitely, you know what? The one thing about that movie is it felt like they did a really good job of making living in that setting. When some people try to glamorize the homesteaders and what they did, and this made it just look really tough, like a really tough life for people out there, and then to have these people come and try to take what you have and fending them off. It wasn't a glamorized movie at all. It was dark, tough, and you felt really like you're out in the prairie. Now, I know you're not talking, don't know what I'm talking, unless you've seen it, you don't know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, so I hope that movie did well. And I'm sure this one, just because the subject matter, there's room for movies like this. They make movies about, everyone in Hollywood movies is some either corporate villain or some right-wing villain or whatever. But here you have a movie based on true life with a left-wing villain. A villain who, what is that line they've been using a lot lately? What is the line that the Democrats and the people who are bitching about Trump use a lot? No one is above the law. Really? My son Hunter is. I might have to go seek out this movie. Anyway, again, it's My Son Hunter, mysonhunter.com. This is the website right here. Let's see. There's some clips from it. I hope I don't. Okay. I do love this clip. Gina Carano plays a Secret Service agent. They got Joe Biden sniffing her hair. Oh my gosh. Anyway. So apparently you can buy it. You can stream it from here. Or you can stream it on Locals. Warning, this picture contains sex, prostitution, drugs, cronyism, money laundering, more sex, a laptop from hell, Chinese spies, Ukrainian businessmen, the CCP, the selling out of America, the big guy, corn pop, more sex, additional drugs, and family. All right. My son, and the subtitle is My Son Hunter, the smartest guy Joe knows. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's trending. What was that Joe sucking blood from someone's neck? No, I think he's just sniffing her hair because that's just how it is. Yeah, Gina Carano plays a Secret Service agent who probably didn't want Joe Biden sniffing her hair. Good morning, Infamous One. Good morning, Aaron Meredith. Welcome to the show. Good morning, Eddie Haskell. And Green Badger Outdoors. What's up? So, like I said, this is the 900th episode of the Morning Night Live, and I really am just going to be rambling today. It's not going to be your normal show, because also I'm trying to see what you guys want to talk about in the chat. If there's anything, by the way, if there's anything you want me to look up in the chat, I mean, I had 70 articles I looked at this morning, or glanced at least, about different things, but I just figure, you know what? 900th episode, I'll see what you want to talk about. It's funny when he reaches out the window of the SUV, grabs her ponytail and sniffs it. Now, I haven't seen that part. The hair sniffing is where I get jealous. Well, is it because it's Gina Carano's hair? I don't know what you're saying there. Tell me what you mean. I'm not sure. Who knows? Other things trending this morning is Geraldo Rivera put out a tweet that lots of people are talking about. Lots of people liked, lots of retweets, lots of people quote tweeting. And he says, election deniers depress me. I blame President Trump for his shameful campaign to slander and undermine the faith in our elections. For all his positive accomplishments, and there are many, I could never support him again. Without fealty to the Constitution, we're second rate. Now, good God, Geraldo. When you say election deniers, what do you mean? People who are wondering why 6 states shut down in the middle of the night? And all of a sudden, a theory, but they actually kept going, and then somehow Joe Biden gets a miraculous number of votes overnight. Which, and I'm not saying that that's okay. I got to be careful because this is YouTube. I don't have a definitive answer. Some people seem to think they do, but I don't. Anyone else, if it were the opposite way, if it was the other way around, I think you'd be hearing everyone on the left saying, "Oh, they didn't count the votes. This is that, dude. How did this happen overnight?" Yeah. So the idea that you can't question it is really weird, but the part that, and the very first response to this is the question, almost the exact same question I have. Why aren't you also upset about election deniers like Hillary Clinton, Stacey Abrams, and every Democrat who objected to the 2016 presidential elections as well? And look, a lot of people, they accepted it, move on. No, they didn't. And for many years, you heard the words illegitimate president. What does that mean? Oh, well, the Russians, yada, yada, yada. Well, they found out that Russian thing wasn't it, right? That story was something that they made up. They faked evidence. Hello, Maddie, by the way. They faked evidence. So are you still clinging to your Russia hoax? Are you still clinging to that Steele dossier? When in reality, the only people who were in contact with Russians were people working for Hillary Clinton, Christopher Steele. Talk about some Russian misinformation. But there's still, to this day, people saying, in fact, here's my favorite reply to this Tim Young one. He asked, why aren't you also, I'm going to repeat this, why aren't you also upset at election deniers like Hillary Clinton, Stacey Abrams, and every Democrat who objected to the 2016 presidential elections as well? Here's my favorite answer. Someone called True Blue or Pony Mom. Don't contact her. Read my disclaimer in the description down below before you talk to anyone or try to comment on anybody. But here we go. Here's her reply. They accepted the loss and moved on. As it turned out, Russian interference and James Comey violating a century of election protocol did allow Trump to steal that election. Now, I'm going to continue because this is one of these dumb things that I read all the time because people have no idea what the hell they're talking about. Again, allowed Trump to steal the election. Just as gerrymandering helped Kemp. But in 2 years in, Trump is still in denial. Something is wrong in his head. Now, first of all, she's talking about 2 years in, Trump is still in denial. But what did she just say? She just said, as it turned out, Russian interference And James Comey violating a century of election protocol did allow Trump to steal that election. Excuse me. Did you just talk about Trump being in denial at the same time that you just said Trump stole an election? Is that what you're saying? Because that don't even make sense. And also, how did James Comey violate a century of election protocol? Is he talking about telling the truth about her emails before the election? Is he talking about that? He told that they did find classified and top secret documents that were on her server that she tried to destroy. That she did have the material that he said that's how did that? What do you mean violating a century of election protocol? What protocol did he violate? But anyway, let's go to the dumber part of the sentence. Just as gerrymandering helped Kemp. How did gerrymandering help Kemp? How does gerrymandering help someone win a statewide office? And that was my question. Apparently, I think it looks like she might try to answer. How did gerrymandering help Kemp? Please be specific. Here's her answer. I didn't even realize I just saw the notifications that she tried to answer this. And so let's see what she says. In Georgia, not so much gerrymandering districts as outright eliminating votes. Who is APM Reports? I still want to hear how gerrymandering helped. By 50,000 votes. No, I'm not even put by that. I want to know how these people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They'll just use gerrymandering because it's a great buzzword. It's, oh my God. Yeah, was it gerrymandering or not? What I want to know about the gerrymandering that you just said. You said how gerrymandering helped Kemp win. How did gerrymandering help Kemp in a statewide election? Freaking Jerry, yeah. What is she talking about? Anyway, thank you, Tyler Alexander, for sponsoring the show. Tyler Alexander, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. Thank you, sir. Tyler says, if the left wanted to stop all this shit and prove they won legitimately, they should have given the recount and rubbed it in Trump's face. But they knew that if it happened, we would have never had a pudding brain president. FTG Geraldo. Yes.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right. That is true. Thank you, Tyler Alexander. Appreciate it. So yeah, how did gerrymandering, because I hear this is one of those arguments I hear all the time. That senator only won because of gerrymandering. The president only won because of gerrymandering, blah, 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 blah. Well, first of all, what they don't seem to understand is the only way that gerrymandering is referred to congressional districts. And when you drop, or I suppose for maybe state house offices, they might complain about that. But gerrymandering cannot affect a statewide office like a governor. Gerrymandering cannot affect a Senate office because that's a statewide office. Gerrymandering cannot affect a presidential election because the vote for a state is also statewide. So it doesn't matter what the congressional districts are for a Senate election. It doesn't matter what the congressional districts are for a Senate, or excuse me, a presidential election. The doesn't matter what the congressional districts are for a governor or secretary of state or attorney general, whatever, any other statewide election, because they're not bound by the congressional districts. The gerrymandering is referring to the congressional districts. So shut the fuck up. You're just stupid if you say that. Anyway, let's see here. Gerrymandering only really has an effect on district-wide racing. Well, yeah, like a congressional district. Nowadays, words have no meaning beyond what the Democrats ascribed to them. Yeah, pretty much. So anyway, stupid. My God. Yeah, and she did contradict herself, too. They accepted the loss and moved on. And then she said herself that Trump stole the election. What are you talking about? If you accepted it, then you would not be saying Trump stole it. Oh my God. Anyway, it's just incredible. It's just incredible what some people say. All right, a couple other things I saw. I'm just, like I said, I have just some random stuff today. If there was any other candidate on the ballot other than me, then there has been fraud. I am the only acceptable candidate according to the Constitution of the Septus Wolf states. Yes, very good. That's good, Septus Wolf. Anyway. Now, I don't have the full article here, but this was an interesting thing that popped up in my Twitter feed. Apparently in New Zealand, there's a court in New Zealand has ordered a polyamorous New Zealand couple have been told by the court to stop having sex in front of children. Oh, a New Zealand couple were told by a court that they could no longer have sex in front of their children. The court psychologist who interviewed Valerie said the little girl knew what the word orgy meant at the age of 8. Her father also raised concerns about her sexualized behavior and language. A family friend whose daughter Molly was on a play date with Valerie overheard the two girls speaking in hushed voices while playing with dolls in the bedroom. She slowed down and through a crack in the door, she heard Valerie say the words orgy, pussy, cunt, and cock. And Molly, 2 years younger, repeated after her. Lucas started daytime wedding both at home and at daycare after Carl's contact with them and was no longer supervised. His mother said, I don't know what this means. The 4-year-old is also showing distress, aggression, throwing major tantrums. Carl can't put his sexual needs behind Lucas's needs, the toddler's mother said. Valerie's father and Lucas's mother said their children have suffered psychological abuse under Judith and Carl's care because the polyamorous couple have prioritized their own needs over the children's needs. Okay, I'm just saying, okay, is it Carl and Judith? Let's just give a quick FTG to Carl and Judith. May you die in a fire. Okay. Or they need to be put on the wall. Oh, I could get in trouble. I could go Rakita. Okay, when I say you put them on the wall, let me give you the context. You're putting them on either the wall of shame or the wall of most wanted killers or a post office wall of potential missing persons because they need to be missed as soon as possible. Have they never heard of blindfolds and earplugs? No, I guess not. Have you talked about the Democrat that killed the reporter? Oh, no. Do you have I haven't heard of that one. I have not heard of that one. Interesting. Yes, Jaeger, you did join at a terrible time. My favorite Canadian, I apologize for giving you great distress. Oh my gosh, and my daughter too. What the Heavenly Father did I just drop into? Good morning, Alyssa. My lovely daughter, Alyssa P, is in the house. Welcome. This is an article in, I don't know where this is from, but polyamorous New Zealand couple told by the court to stop having sex in front of children, which is probably a very, very strong and profitable idea. Stop having sex in front of children. I guess I'll have a link to that. Hello, Kessler. What's happening? And thank you. I appreciate the congratulations. All right, so let's see. Apparently there's a social media lawsuit. Now this is regarding Dr. Anthony Fauci. And there's a social media censorship lawsuit. I don't know who this is by, but apparently a federal judge has rejected the government's objections and ordered that emails from White House Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci and Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre be made available in a social media censorship lawsuit brought by Louisiana and Missouri Attorney Generals Jeff Laundrie and Eric Schmidt. The AGs allege the White House and executive agencies violated the First Amendment by attempting to control the flow of COVID information online via collusion and with social media platforms. The parties have 21 days to comply. I don't know if I'm going to go through this. Well, let's go through it. I've got time. What the hell? What else do I have to do today? Here it is. Oh, let me do this. Makes you can see it. I'll go ahead and make this full screen here. Okay, here it is. So this is the United States District Court, Western District of Louisiana, Monroe Division. This court granted plaintiff's motion for expedited preliminary injunction related discovery and set an expedited discovery schedule. The discovery schedule requires the parties to meet and confer in good faith about discovery disputes and to submit a joint statement to the court detailing the nature of remaining disputes. The parties have done so and have submitted the pending joint statement on discovery disputes, blah, 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 blah. Here's the background. On May 5th, 2022, the plaintiffs filed a complaint against government defendants. That would be, I'm sure, Dr. Fauci and the White House. In the complaint and amended complaint, plaintiffs allege government defendants have colluded with and or coerced social media companies to suppress disfavored speakers, viewpoints, and content on social media platforms by labeling the content disinformation, misinformation, and malinformation. Plaintiffs allege the suppression of disfavored speakers, viewpoints, and contents constitutes government action and violates the plaintiff's freedom of speech in violation of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. So remember, what happened here? There's been some evidence that the White House has been corralling social media companies and telling them to suppress people's content. Now, if it was the social media companies just doing it on their own, well, they're private companies. But there's been evidence that's been coming out over the last week or so that the White House has been basically having meetings with the social media companies saying, oh, well, you should censor this and you should censor them and you should get rid of them and yada, yada, yada. So here it is. The parties have made a great deal of progress regarding discovery. However, the following disputes remains. One, whether the plaintiffs should be allowed leave of court to file a second amended complaint, adding as defendants newly identified federal officials and agencies to obtain expedited discovery against them. Two, whether government defendants should be required to identify federal officials and agencies they know of outside of their own agencies who have or are engaged in communications with social media platforms about misinformation, disinformation, or malinformation, and or censorship or suppression of speech or on social media, or produce such communications in their possession. So they're gonna weed out all the people who've been involved is what they're trying to figure out here. Number three, whether government defendants should be allowed to seek reciprocal discovery against plaintiffs. I wonder what that would be. Whether the White House defendants, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre, and Chief Medical Advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci should be compelled to respond to plaintiffs' interrogatories and document requests. Oh, so the defendants want to block discovery? Is that what this is? 5, whether Dr. Fauci, in his capacity as the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases director, would be required to provide additional responses to the plaintiffs' interrogatories and document requests. So basically, they're saying that Fauci himself even was telling these social media companies who they should block, what information they should block. It's not illegal in any way, shape, or form. First of all, to question these assholes, but it's not illegal to put out disinformation. Now, is it good to have disinformation or misinformation out in the public sphere? No, but the things they were labeling misinformation sometimes were second opinions from other people who were in this fields who just said, no, that doesn't even make sense. Anyway, plaintiffs allege they have, through expedited discovery, obtained information that federal officials and agencies not named in plaintiff's complaint and amended complaint have also engaged in communications with social media platforms about misinformation, disinformation, and censorship of disfavored speech. These allegedly include the State Department, the Food and Drug Administration, the Census Bureau, the U.S. Election Assistance Commission, the U.S. Treasury Department, and the Federal Bureaus of Investigation. Well, first of all, okay, I'm going to do a little poll on this, okay? Would you be surprised if all of these agencies participated in social media censorship? Okay, you can add, there you go. Because, remember they were going to have, what was that, the something information, disinformation, whatever board that goofy woman was going to be head of? I can't remember. Was it the Justice Department that's going to do that? I don't remember which department. But anyway, because none of these agencies or pertinent employees have been named as defendants in this proceeding, plaintiffs asked this court to expand its provisions in order to allow plaintiffs to add these agencies and employees and to allow expedited preliminary injunction discovery as to the new parties. Government defendants object to plaintiffs' request, argued that adding additional defendants and allowing additional expedited discovery would be incompatible with the compressed discovery schedule that already exists. Oh, well. Additionally, the government defendants argued that the additional defendants and discovery would exceed the specific targeted narrow discovery that plaintiffs have asked for when requesting expedited preliminary injunction discovery. Government defendants maintain they have currently provided over 15,000 pages of documents. Well, no. Very good. I got 15,000 pages of documents. Now I want 15,000 pages more. Who cares? Hand over the rest now. Anyway, expedited discovery is not the norm. Courts only allow it in limited circumstances. And they cite some case here. Good cause analysis this court used in allowing expedited discovery takes into consideration such factors as the breadth of discovery request, the purpose of requesting expedited discovery, the burden on the defendants to comply with the request, and how far in advance of the typical discovery process the request was made. This is an expedited discovery request for the purpose of gaining the necessary information to address the preliminary injunction. This court is aware of the burden it has put on all parties in this proceeding with the expedited discovery schedule, blah, 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 blah. Now, here, the court will grant in part and deny in part the plaintiff's request. This court grants plaintiff's request to add additional parties to this lawsuit. Interesting. However, this court will deny plaintiff's request for additional expedited preliminary injunction discovery as to the newly added defendants. However, this ruling only addresses expedited preliminary injunction discovery. So that's, I think, related to the original defendants. Plaintiffs may file a second amendment complaint, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so anyway, you can go through more of that. The big thing, though, about this is that they rejected the government's objection, ordered the emails from the White House chief medical advisor and press secretary be made available in the case, which is very important because why would they want to? Well, why if you have nothing, if you did nothing wrong, why would you want to hide it? You know, I don't know. Oh, my baby's awake. No politics until she's old enough to vote. All right, thank you, my lovely daughter, for the update. All right, Let me see if there's anything else because I'm Eddie. What did Eddie say? It's because the dingoes boinked in front of him as well as a child. Oh my gosh, we're talking about that story. Okay. Oh, you sent me the story as a DM. Let's look for that. Hang on a second here. Let me find this story that Aaron sent. We'll go to this next. Like I said, today's a story where if you send me something, we'll check it out. Okay, is it the elected official who was? Let's see. Hang on a second. Okay, here we go. This is about the Democrat who killed the reporter. All right, let's check this out. Thank you, Aaron Meredith, by the way. Here we go. This is from NBC News. As soon as this thing clicks over. There we go. Elected official who is subject of Las Vegas reporter stories arrested in journalist deaths. Las Vegas Review-Journal reporter Jeff German was found stabbed to death outside his home Saturday. Oh my. No, I did not see this story, Aaron. Let's check it out. Police arrested a Nevada politician in connection with the slaying of Las Vegas journalist who had written stories about the county official. Officials said Wednesday. Clark County Public Administrator Robert Tellis was taken into custody Wednesday, hours after a search warrant was served at his home by police investigating the death of Las Vegas Review-Journal reporter Jeff German, officials said. Clark County Sheriff Joe Lombardo confirmed the arrest to the Review-Journal, which first reported the news, and the county's district attorney Steve Wolfson told the New York Times that Tellis has been taken into custody. Tellis, 45, was arrested on suspicion of murder. Clark County Detention Center records showed his initial court appearance was scheduled for Thursday, according to jail records. German, who reported on alleged bullying and favoritism in Tellis' office, was found stabbed to death outside his Bronze Circle home Saturday. Police said he was likely killed Friday. German, 69, died of multiple sharp force injuries, and Clark County Office of the Coroner / medical examiner has said the arrest of Robert Tellis is at once an enormous relief and an outrage for the Review-Journal newsroom. Executive editor Glenn Cook said in a statement on Wednesday night, "We are relieved that Robert Tellis is in custody and outraged that a colleague appears to have been killed for reporting on an elected official. Journalists can't do the important work our communities require if they are afraid of presentation of facts that could lead to a violent retribution." Well, I'm sorry. I don't believe it. You know why? Here's why. Because Democrats do not engage in violence. Nope, they don't do it. I'm skeptical. Police released surveillance video showing a possible suspect wearing a wide straw hat and a bright orange reflective long sleeve shirt. Well, that's a dumb outfit for going and murdering somebody. Anyway, the potential assailant appeared to be driving a red GMC Yukon, authorities said. Police cordoned off a block in Spanish Steps Lane, hauled away what appeared to be a red SUV from home. Tellis has a listed address on the 9600 block of Spanish Steps Lane. Tellis could not be reached for comment Wednesday afternoon because he was in jail. Okay, maybe not. A call to his Clark County office, which oversees the estates of people who die without legal next of kin, bounced to an after-hours answering service. Tellis lost a narrow race for his job in June when he was ousted in the Democratic primary. He captured 35,279 votes, or 32.4%, finishing just behind one of his top deputies, Rita Reid, who had 37,401 votes. Tellus was openly hostile at German for publishing reports about bullying and favoritism in his office, the Review Journal reported. So, who stabbed somebody dressed like that's what I'm wondering. Wide straw hats are for gerrymandering. Oh, garden mandering and murder. Well, another more proof of democratic violence that is permeating our nation. And holy shit, FTG to what's his name? Let's see, who is it? Robert Tellus. FTG. Robert Tellus. And now, again, let me just remind you something, though. Robert Tellus is innocent until proven guilty. So, if he did this, FTG either way. I don't care. This is amazing. So, let's finish up with something bright and cheery. How about that? Let's see what. Let's check on if there's any new news on the Queen yet. It looks like latest. Okay, still no. There's no more news. Just people wishing them well. Justin Trudeau. My thoughts and the thoughts of Canadians across the country are with Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth at this time. We are wishing her well and sending her our best to the royal family. Okay, there are, every once in a while, there are things that are just funny when you see stuff like this, and this is one of them. Queen Elizabeth II has given up the throne to Nicki Minaj in the wake of news of her being ill. Lord, please no. Here's one. In 1961, when Queen Elizabeth visited Swat, she was so overwhelmed by its natural beauty, she referred to it as the Switzerland of the East. Over the past decade, violence has upended this description. I don't know what SWAT is. It's not like... I have no idea. What is SWAT? It's got to be an acronym for something. Is that a nickname for Swaziland? I don't think so. Anyway, all right. Oh, good morning, Episkopos. And I think that's okay. This is the okay. And Foxmeyer Kibidi, also known around here as FX. Good morning. All people have names I can't pronounce. All right, let's finish up with something light, shall we? Apparently in Memphis. Okay, this is not light, but here we are. So apparently a Memphis gunman, Ezekiel Kelly, who has live streamed a shooting rampage and has killed 4 people, according to police. Now this is a guy. I think this is one of those guys that was let out when he shouldn't have been. SWAT is in Pakistan. Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. That sounds like it might be right. A crazed convict who served time for attempted murder was arrested after killing 4 people and injuring 3 others in a series of shootings in Memphis on Wednesday, including one that he live streamed on Facebook, according to police. Ezekiel Kelly, 19, who has a violent criminal record, including for attempted first-degree murder, launched his alleged rampage just before 1 a.m. and terrorized the city until after dusk, when he was caught during a police chase at about 9:30 p.m., according to authorities. Officials say numerous felony charges are pending against him This has been a horrific week for the city of Memphis. The city's police chief, Sherilyn C.J. Davis, said at a late Wednesday press briefing announcing Kelly's alleged shooting spree. Memphis police first warned public to stay away from Kelly, who they said was armed and dangerous, in a 7 p.m. social media post. Police have since connected the alleged killer to at least 8 separate shootings, Davis said. Well, they should stop selling AR-15s to everybody, because that's got to be the only way that someone could go on a rampage like this. Oh no, wait. It couldn't have been AR. If it was an AR-15, the AR-15 would have done the shootings, and Ezekiel Kelly would have been a passive participant. Anyway, at around 12:56 a.m., Kelly allegedly shot and killed a 24-year-old man in his driveway on Glendale Avenue, police chief said. Several hours after the initial homicide, Kelly continued his alleged spree, targeting people at random and forcing frightened residents to shelter in place. Around 4:38 p.m., he allegedly shot a man who had been sitting in his car in South Parkway East multiple times. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. 2 minutes later, Kelly reportedly fired his gun at a woman near Norris Road and Interstate 240. She suffered a bullet wound to the leg and was transported to an area hospital in stable condition. Just before 6 p.m., the crazed gunman opened fire at an AutoZone store in Jackson Avenue while live streaming the attack. Police confirmed in a screen recording of the Facebook live stream shared widely on social media. Kelly can be seen getting out of his car, walking a few steps into the AutoZone store before pulling the gun and firing it at a man inside the shop twice. The man was hit and rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Before walking through the front door of the store, Kelly rants up to the camera about no faking this shit for real. According to the live stream. A citizen quickly alerted the police about the videos, and soon after, Memphis PD issued a public alert regarding Kelly and the vehicle he was reportedly driving. Shortly after the alert went out, Kelly allegedly carjacked and shot a woman on Poplar Avenue and Evergreen Street in order to switch vehicles. He allegedly shot the woman around 7:23 p.m. and took off in her car, a gray Toyota SUV. That victim died at the scene. A minute later, officers found another shooting victim at Poplar Avenue and McLeod Boulevard. The male victim was taken to the hospital in stable condition. At 8:55 p.m., police found a woman with gunshot wounds on West Rains Road. She was pronounced dead at the scene. Kelly then crossed the state line. Uh-oh. He's in trouble now. He crossed state lines. Crossed state lines and allegedly committed a second carjacking. He reportedly held a driver up at gunpoint and stole its Dodge Caravan at a gas station in South Haven, Mississippi, just below Memphis across the state line. The driver was uninjured. Minutes later, police spotted the Dodge Challenger northbound on Interstate 55, and a high-speed chase followed that ended with Kelly crashing the car. He was taken into police custody without incident, except for the high-speed chase. Police said they recovered 2 weapons from the car. Kelly's alleged shooting spree struck a nerve for many Memphis residents who were already reeling from a recent spate of violence and high-profile killings, including the abduction and murder of Tennessee schoolteacher Eliza Fletcher. While Kelly was on the run, residents were ordered to stay inside if they didn't need to be out. Public bus service was suspended, and 2 universities were placed on high alert as Kelly continued his violent rampage. The University of Memphis sent a message to all students alerting them that a shooting had been reported near campus, and Rhodes College, about 4 miles away, advised students on and off campus to shelter in place. Kelly was ultimately arrested in the Whitehaven neighborhood of Memphis, roughly 11 miles from the University of Memphis and about 12 miles from Rhodes College. During a clip of the live stream, he can be seen driving while waving a handgun around. Much of what he says is unintelligible, but a Facebook account that includes the photograph of the suspect shared by police shows several alarming posts about death. His account has been since taken down. So, geez. Oh, this is one of the messages they put out on it must have been a campus one. Oh, no, this is a police alert. If Mr. Kelly served his full 3-year sentence, he would still be in prison today. Oh, I see. Okay, what is this? I missed a part. In June. Okay, I got you. Okay. In June 2020, Kelly was arrested on charges of an attempted first-degree murder, reckless endangerment, and aggravated assault, according to public records. Wait a minute. How can you be out? Okay, he was sentenced to 3 years for attempted first-degree murder. He was sentenced to 3 years, but was released this year in March after serving just 11 months, Memphis Mayor Jim Strickland said. The mayor slammed the courts for Kelly's early release. If Mr. Kelly had served his full 3-year sentence, he would still be in prison today, and 4 of our fellow citizens would still be alive, Strickland said. It's unclear why Kelly was released early. Holy shit. All right, well, there you go. Not a good thing, eh? All right, well, you know what, gang? I think I'm going to call it a day. Let's see. I did have one more. Let me just check here. Oh, by the way, if you didn't see, I am going to finish here, but if you didn't see, I'm starting a new feature that I'm going to do occasionally in the afternoons, just called the Afternoon View. And this has nothing to do with The View, because unless the clip that we watch will be from The View, but it's just going to be an occasional video that would you, if you want something you want me to check out that I may not have seen, basically just reaction videos to certain things that are happening. Yesterday we did the one by the gentleman who was an immigrant and was explaining his definition of what MAGA is to him, and that was actually an inspiring video because it's nice to see immigrants who just show a love for the country and things like that. So, but if you have any videos you want to send me, you can send them to me via direct message on Twitter, or you can put it in the comment section of videos that you see. But I'm going to do that. It won't be every day, but it will be an occasional basis. Probably will not, and they will keep them 30 minutes or less. Ideally, they will be 10 to 15 minutes long, depending on how long the video is. Yesterday's video took longer because I had to introduce what we're doing. But it's called Afternoon View, where I'll just go live for a very short period of time and do a live reaction or commentary to a video that just that are pertinent to what's happening in the world. So that's it for today. Good morning, nobody, not me, and Big Dro. Nice to see you pop in towards the end here. That's it for today. Ladies and gentlemen, before you go or before you click any more buttons, make sure you hit the like button and share the stream before, during, after the show. If you're watching on replay, put a comment in the comment section, and you can sponsor this show. You can be a sponsor of this show at pdognight.live, the show or the channel, either one, 24 hours a day. pdognight.live is available. That's a Streamlabs link. There are other options in the description down below, plus the YouTube super chats during the show. But I do read all of our super chats and Streamlabs prioritized chats, just like the one from Ty Alexander. Ty Alexander, you are the Streamlabs Superstar sponsor of the day. That's it, good folks. It is time for me to go. Thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. My name is P Dog Night, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Hey, this is P Dog Night, and thank you for watching today on the P Dog Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Night, and I'm out of here.